right, let's welcome our 4 debaters for today with a round of applause. Yay! All right, we'd like to welcome first Andrea as our first speaker for the government. Please watch Nate for your time. Mr. Timekeeper, are you ready?
Yes.
Awesome. Mr. Speaker, whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and begin.
Hello, everybody.
You can either that or put it back into the microphone stand. Reset the time for me, Nate. And pull up. There you go. All right. Now whenever you're ready.
Better?
That's great.
Okay, hello, everybody. My name is Andrea. I'm a Prime Minister for government. I would like to thank you all for coming here, audience, judges, timekeeper. I would like to thank opposing side for being here today, and also my partner. So today we're here to discuss the debate on a subject of if student that has an A class should or should not take the final in that particular class. In our stance, they should have to take particular class final in that class, and we have a few reasons why. First off, it will be more equal to all the students that had the same class throughout the year, because everybody had to put effort in. So at the end of the day, they had all to take that final test. Secondly, students that have A doesn't mean that they know everything, and that final exam is supposed to be the final test of all the knowledge you learned throughout the semester. So it will be a good test for them to show if they learned everything throughout the year. And thirdly, students that had an A, that final exam usually takes a big part of the grade that is coming up on the final, which means that they usually can change the grade, which also provides a lot of credit for the job that they did. So at the end of the day, we have 3 points. First off, it's more equal to everybody to have a final exam. Secondly, grade A students that have a grade A, that doesn't mean that they have all the knowledge, and that test is a way to show if they learned actually everything and they didn't study just for a grade. And thirdly, that test is a big part of the grade, and also it can influence the grade at the end of the day. I would like to thank audience, judges, timekeepers, opposing side, and also my partner, and vote for government.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's give him a round of applause. Thank you, Andrea. And time, Mr. Timekeeper?
2:10.
2:10. Thank you very much. Mr. Timekeeper, will you please put 1 minute on the clock for Adrian to prepare his arguments, please? Just 1 minute, please. Thank you. If you need to caucus audience, you can chit-chat about it. It's not a problem. Okay, thank you very much, Timekeeper. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Adrian with a round of applause, please, to the microphone for the first speech of the opposition. We'd like to welcome and remind Mr. Speaker and Mr. Easy there, Flicka. We'd like to remind Mr. Timekeeper and Mr. Speaker that this is a speech that should not exceed just 3 minutes in length. Mr. Timekeeper, are you ready?
Yep.
Mr. Speaker, are you done playing with that microphone?
Yes.
Okay, good. No, you're fine. All right, whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and begin.
My name is Adrian. I'd like to thank my partner, the government, the timekeeper, audience, and judges. Today's debate was if a student has an A in a class, do they need to take a final? We're on the side that they don't need to. Their first point was equal for all students and everyone had to put in effort. But some students can cheat to get a better grade, and they don't have to work that hard to memorize the knowledge. And then the second point, just because they have an A doesn't mean they have all the knowledge. Some students at least have the base of the knowledge that they do have, and then can expand on that if they want to go further into that subject. And the third point was the final exam usually takes up a big part of the grade, which can change the grade. Well, some students are not the best at taking tests, so it shouldn't be, it shouldn't have that much of a toll on your grade. As review, our first point was some students can cheat and don't have to work as hard to get a better grade. Our second point was students have a base for the knowledge. And the third point is the final shouldn't be weighted as much as it is, because some students aren't as good as taking tests. Thank you. I'd like to thank my partner, the government, timekeeper, audience, and judges, and vote for the opposition.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's give him a round of applause. And time, please, timekeeper. 2:05. 2:05. Thank you very much. All right, would you please put 1 minute on the clock, Mr. Timekeeper, please, for Nick W. to prepare his arguments. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Timekeeper. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Nick to the microphone, please, with a round of applause. And we'd like to remind both Mr. Speaker and Mr. Timekeeper that, again, this is a speech that should not exceed just 3 minutes in length. All right, Mr. Timekeeper, are you ready?
Yep.
All righty, Mr. Speaker, if you want to, raise the microphone, just squeeze the handle. There you go. Whoa, easy there. There you go. All right. Mr. Timekeeper and Mr. Speaker, whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and begin.
My name is Nicholas, and I'm Prime Minister. I would like to thank you, my partner, and the politicians. And also I would like to thank you, timekeeper, judge, and audience. Today our topic is the student has an A in classes, and he should or should not to take the final test. And our side is should, because students are getting A, they can also cheat in the test, and the final test can be really affect your grades. And the third point, students can study really hard for the tests as a review. Students are getting A can cheat in the classes. And second point, the final exam is really affect your grades. Third point, and some of the students can study really hard for that. I would like to thank you, my partner, the oppositions, and audience, timekeeper, and the judge. Thank you.
Okay. All right, let's give him a round of applause, please. And time, please, timekeeper.
1:25.
1:25. Okay, thank you very much. Will you please put 1 minute on the clock for the opposition to prepare their statements, please? Thank you very much, Mr. Timekeeper. Sorry. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and welcome our fourth speaker for the debate, Marco S. With a round of applause, please, as the second speaker for the opposition. Woo! He's there, huh? All right, there we go. All righty. And we'd like to remind Mr. Speaker and Mr. Timekeeper that this is a speech that should not exceed just 3 minutes in length. Mr. Timekeeper, are you ready? Thank you so much. All right, Mr. Speaker, whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and begin.
Hello, everyone. My name is Marko Šuša. I'm a member of opposition. I would like to thank to my partner, to opponent side, to audience, timekeeper, and judges. I'm here to give opposition thoughts about topic. Does student need to take finals even if they have A's on class? They said like for first all students. I would like for first. I said like no because we are working. Some students, opponents, those are no. We shouldn't take finals because some of students are working hard through whole year, and maybe they should have some benefits of that, so they shouldn't take finals. Second, they said for second one, A doesn't mean that you know everything. Yeah, that doesn't mean that you know everything, but finals doesn't. If you do well on final, doesn't mean that you know everything because you can cheat and that's not. So for third point, they said finals take a big part of your grade. So some students are bad at taking finals, and maybe they will be nervous or they won't be like they won't have time to study for finals because it's basketball. For example, it's basketball season at that time and more sports, so they won't have time to study. And if they have get a lower grade than A, that doesn't mean that they're a bad student. So for review, first is some students are working hard through whole year, so they should have some benefits. For second, some students know some stuff better than others, and for third point is some students are bad at taking tests, and they can get nervous, or on second they won't have like time to study because it's time of basketball season and other sports. So I would like to thank to my partner, opposite side, audience, judges, and timekeeper, and vote for government.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. Let's give him a round of applause, please. And we'll put the time right at 3 minutes, please. Put time right at 3 minutes. Thank you, Mr. Timekeeper. All right. Please remember, Adrian, we're coming back to you. Okay, Adrian, we're coming back to you for the next speech. Mr. Timekeeper, could you please put 1 minute on the clock for Adrian to prepare his statements? Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Let's give him a round of applause, please. And we'd like to thank you and welcome for the final speaker of the opposition, Adrian, to the microphone. We'd like to remind both timekeeper and Mr. Speaker, however, that this is a speech that should not exceed 2 minutes only. Got that, Mr. Timekeeper? Only 2 minutes only this time, please. All right, Mr. Timekeeper, are you ready?
Yes.
Fabulous. Mr. Speaker, whenever you're ready, you can hit it.
Hi, my name is Adrian. I'm the leader of opposition. I'd like to thank my partner, the government, audience, timekeeper, and judges. Today's topic was, if a student has an A in a class, should they have to take a final? We say they shouldn't have to take a final, and because the first point, some students are working hard all year, so it should be an option to the students if they have a good grade already. And then the second point is, some students don't know everything, so they might be obligated to cheat. The third point, students get nervous, and then during the winter final, some students are in sports, which makes it hard to study with practice and games going on. For review, the first point, I'd like to thank my partner, the government, timekeeper, audience, and judges. Vote for opposition.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's give him a round of applause. Thank you, Adrian. And time, please, timekeeper. 1:14. Okay, thank you very much. All right, let's put 1 minute on the clock, please, for Andrea to prepare his statements, please, and final arguments. Thank you.
Just reviewed. Which is a complete review.
I don't know. I haven't graded anybody's yet. Might as well try for it. It can't hurt your score. Okay, we'll put your names in tomorrow. Undo random draw. We'll do random draw. I only have 3 spaces open, so we'll see who gets picked.
Good project, the speech.
I don't know. I haven't done those either. I'm kind of busy, hon. It's play season. I've got family, and thank you very much, Mr. Timekeeper. All right, let's welcome Andrea as the final speaker for this debate. We'd like to welcome and remind Mr. Speaker and Mr. Timekeeper again that this is a speech that should not exceed just 2 minutes in length, please. I'm sorry, Mr. Speaker, or Mr. Timekeeper, are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, Mr. Speaker, whenever you're ready, you go ahead and begin.
Hello everybody, I would like to thank you all for coming here. I would like to thank audience, judges, and timekeeper, opposing side, and also my partner. So at the end of this debate, I would like to review the points that we made and opposition made. So the first point that opposition made is that working hard should have its benefits, but we as a government feel like that every student in St. Paul should be equal, and that nobody should have that big of a benefits. Second point is that some students don't know everything on the finals, so they're obligated to cheat. As a government, we feel like the cheating is never an option, and that shouldn't be the mentality you should go in with on the finals, and that studying is something you should do all year. Thirdly, they said that students can be nervous and that can affect their grade during tests. We as a government feel that tests are a big part of the school, and that everybody should do at least final tests so that can be practice for the life to come. And fourth point they made also is that some students don't have time because of winter sports. We as a government feel that students have sports during the whole year, and that some students don't have time to study before that, so their grade might be affected, and they also have to do the finals. So that will be all 4 points we have. I would like to thank the audience, judges, timekeeper, opposing side, and also my partner. and vote for government.
All right, thank you very much. Let's give a round of applause. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. And time, please. 1:39. All right, thank you very much. Let's give all of our debaters a round of applause today, please. And so thank you for them being here today. Thank you.